fills the world with soft colors, giving a feeling of peace and quiet, as if nature is preparing for its long rest. The sun rises slowly over the autumn mountains, filling them with a soft golden light. Its first rays break through the fog that still spreads along the slopes, enveloping the peaks in a light haze. The shadows gradually disappear, giving way to a warm glow that enlivens every corner of the autumn forest below. The leaves on the trees begin to glow, reflecting the morning light, their crimson and gold hues becoming even brighter. The mountains, shrouded in mist, slowly wake up under the first rays, and every curve of the slope becomes visible in this dance of light. The air is still fresh and cool, but with each passing moment, the sun brings more warmth, awakening the forest and its inhabitants. The light touches the treetops, creating a play of shadows and highlights that adds magic to the landscape. From above, you can watch the sun rise higher and higher, illuminating the entire autumn world around, and with each step, nature reveals its beauty. This morning in the mountains is full of silence and peace, where everything has stopped to greet a new day with warmth and light. Autumn is the last, most delightful smile of the year, William Cullen Bryant once said. This quote captures the feeling of farewell to warm days when nature, as if smiling, gives us her brightest and most picturesque moments before the winter rest. The fog slowly descends from the mountains, enveloping the forest and slopes in a soft, whitish blanket. It fills every corner, creating a feeling of mystery and solitude. The silhouettes of trees, whose crowns are hidden in this thick haze, are barely visible through the fog. The wind gently moves the fog, causing it to roll over the slopes like waves smoothly. The autumn colors of the forest are barely visible through this white curtain, giving the landscape a special, muted beauty. The sounds of the forest become softer, as if the fog covers not only the earth, but also the sounds of nature. In this silent movement of the fog, one feels calm and serene, as if time has slowed down. The fog rises above the mountain peaks, creating the illusion that they are floating in the clouds. It is a moment of complete harmony of nature, when everything around seems to be immersed in a meditative state of peace and silence. A lake strewn with fallen leaves rests in the middle of an autumn forest. The water sways slightly, and each movement reflects the crimson and golden shades of autumn. The leaves float on its surface like little boats, creating a feeling of lightness and calm. Each leaf adds its own color, turning the lake into a living picture of nature. The banks of the lake are covered with a carpet of foliage, and the trees lean towards the water as if watching its quiet flow. Time here seems to have stopped. Every moment is filled with silence and a soft rustle coming from a light breath of wind. The sun's rays break through the treetops, illuminating the lake with a soft, warm light that is reflected in the water. This light turns the surface of the lake into a mirror where every tree and every leaf finds its reflection. The silence around the lake brings a sense of peace, as if nature has frozen in this quiet corner. Here, you can feel how autumn embraces every stone, every branch, creating harmony and peace. An alley of ginkgo trees in an autumn forest is bathed in gold, their bright yellow leaves creating a living corridor that stretches into the distance. Each tree, standing on either side of the alley, is neatly lined up in a row, its crown touching at the top, forming a natural arch. The ginkgo leaves fall with soft, smooth movements, filling the space around with a rustling carpet. The wind gently plays with them, lifting and carrying them upward, as if in a dance. When the sun breaks through the treetops, the light begins to shimmer, illuminating the alley with soft, golden reflections. The silence, broken only by the light rustling of the leaves, makes this place even more calm and peaceful. The ginkgo leaves are shaped like fans, which seem about to fly away in a light gust of wind. Every step along this alley brings the feeling that you are in a special, hidden corner of nature. The alley stretches into the distance, and with each step, the leaves become brighter, their colors increasingly fill the space. In this place, you can simply stop, feel the lightness of autumn, and complete unity with nature. Did you know that in the fall, trees shed their leaves not only to prepare for winter? Foliage acts as factories for photosynthesis, and when fall comes, the days become shorter, and the sun's energy is no longer enough to keep them going. So, to conserve resources, trees turn off these factories and shed their leaves. This helps them survive the cold months, preserving moisture and energy until spring. A bush with orange leaves stands in the middle of an autumn forest, like a bright flame among soft shades of gold and red. Its branches are abundantly covered with foliage that shimmers in the sun, creating the impression that the bush is glowing from within. Each leaf on this bush is carefully cut by nature. Its edges are slightly curved, and the surface shines in the rays of the autumn Sunday. The wind gently sways the leaves, and they begin to rustle, as if inviting you to listen to the calm melody of nature. The orange shades of the foliage create a special harmony with the rest of the forest, bringing brightness and warmth to the overall landscape. There is a quiet, peaceful calm around the bush, and it seems that time has slowed down here. The leaves quietly fall to the ground, forming a soft carpet that smoothly frames this bright bush. Each leaf falling to the ground adds a note of lightness and tenderness to the overall picture. The silence around the bush creates the feeling that nature is enjoying peace here, and the bright orange leaves seem to invite you to stop and enjoy this moment. Everything around breathes autumn, creating a feeling of harmony and complete unity with nature. Yellow trees stand on flooded autumn fields, like islands of brightness in the calm and clear surface. Their golden leaves are reflected in the water, creating a mirror effect, as if the trees are reaching for the sky and the earth at the same time. The water is still, its blue contrasting with the warmth of the yellow crowns, which gives the landscape a special depth and harmony. In this quiet corner of autumn, it seems that time has slowed down, and all of nature is immersed in peace. The thin tree trunks lightly touch the water, and their leaves create shadows that softly scatter across the surface, giving the water picturesque reflections. Each leaf that falls into the water floats smoothly and slowly, leaving behind light circles that gradually disappear. This is a quiet place where yellow trees and blue water merge into one picture, giving a feeling of peace and beauty. A light breeze sometimes breaks this stillness, giving the water barely noticeable ripples, which immediately subside. The sun plays on the water, illuminating it, and this play of light and color creates the impression that all of nature breathes in unison with silence. This landscape, where yellow trees are reflected in blue water, reminds us of the harmony that can only be found in the quietest and most hidden corners of nature. A turbulent stream flows swiftly through an autumn forest, its water splashing noisily against the rocks on the banks, creating a rhythmic, calming sound. The water shimmers in the rays of the autumn sun, reflecting the bright hues of yellow and red leaves, as if the stream is carrying a part of the forest with it. The rocks along the stream are covered in soft moss, their surfaces wet from the spray that rises when the water smashes against them. This constant sound of the water creates a melody that blends with the rustling of the leaves around it. The stream moves quickly, its currents sparkling in the light, and each bend of the water passes the stone barriers with energy and force. Leaves falling from the trees swirl in eddies before being picked up by the current and carried further down the river. The wind gently touches the surface of the water, creating small waves that roll and disappear, giving the stream even more life and movement. The sound of the water hitting the stones seems to invite you to sit by the stream and listen to nature speak its own language. This turbulent stream seems untamable, but in its movement one can feel constant harmony and peace. The stream reminds us of the power of nature, which, even in its most energetic manifestations, is capable of giving calm and a sense of peace. Sway slowly in the wind, their movements smooth and calm, as if they follow the invisible melody of autumn. Each leaf rustles slightly, creating a gentle sound that blends with the silence of the forest. The wind gently touches the branches, and the leaves begin their slow dance, swirling in the air and shimmering in the rays of the autumn Sunday. The golden, orange, and crimson shades of the foliage seem even brighter as they sway in the wind, illuminated by the soft light. The wind picks up and then dies down, and with it the rhythm of the leaves' movements changes, giving the forest a lively but calm atmosphere. Some leaves are ready to fall. Their last moments on the branches are filled with lightness and farewell to the trees. Each leaf, swaying in the wind, reminds us of the coming peace of nature, of how autumn smoothly turns into winter's sleep. In this quiet, slow movement, one feels harmony and peace, as if the entire forest lives in a single rhythm with the wind. The leaves continue to dance in the air, touching each other and making a soft, rustling sound that seems to fill the forest with sounds of calm. These movements, simple and light, create an atmosphere of complete serenity, reminding us how nature finds beauty in every moment. The Côte d'Azur and white cliffs in the autumn forest create a striking contrast with the bright colors of autumn filling the landscape with special beauty. The water near the shore is transparent. Its bluish-green hue reflects the sky and light clouds slowly floating above the forest. White cliffs rise above the azure water, their stone walls covered with moss and rare autumn plants, which gives them an unusual softness against the background of strict lines. Autumn trees grow right at the edge of these cliffs. Their golden and crimson leaves touch the wind, which carries a light rustle to the water. The shore, bordered by autumn forest, looks calm and majestic, as if nature has slowed down its breathing here. The sun glides over the white rocks, illuminating them with warm rays that create a contrast with the cold blue of the water. The water gently splashes at the foot of the rocks. Its movement is barely noticeable, as if nature itself has decided to freeze in this harmony. The forest surrounding the shore fills the space with silence and peace. Only occasionally the wind touches the leaves, adding a barely audible sound to the landscape. The Côte d'Azur and the white cliffs seem to be part of a fairy tale world where every element of nature interacts with each other in perfect harmony. The autumn colors, azure water, and white cliffs create a landscape that breathes calm and serenity, inviting you to immerse yourself in this magical place. The water gently rolls onto the shore in waves, its movements calm and rhythmic, as if nature were conducting its own dance. Each wave rises and slowly falls, leaving a thin foam on the sand that quickly disappears. Autumn leaves float on the waves, slowly washing ashore, their bright colors contrasting with the clear, cool water. The sound of the wave gently hitting the shore creates a melody that merges with the quiet rustle of leaves and the distant breath of the wind. The sun's rays play on the water, creating glittering reflections that bounce across the surface and disappear into the transparent depths. Each wave brings new leaves with it, carrying them back into the lake with each movement of the water. The water moves slowly and peacefully as if the autumn forest and lake shared their peace and quiet with it. The shore is gradually covered with a thin layer of foliage, which gently settles on the sand, adding its bright colors to the overall picture. Each wave leaves a light trace on the shore, which quickly disappears, as if nature gives the opportunity to observe its eternal movement. The water, washing up on the shore, reminds us of the constancy of nature, its rhythms, and endless calm. Every moment of autumn is a reminder of the beauty of transitions, where every leaf and every breeze brings peace and harmony.